So yesterday I was weeding the side yard, thinking, where's my soft rake? Where's my hard rake? Where's my weed puller? And I was thinking, enough is enough, lady. Practice what you preach, for Pete's sakes. So that's what we're gonna do today. We are going to make much needed organization for our yard tools in our garage. And we're gonna do it out of a free pallet that we found in a store dumpster. Hello everyone, and welcome back to This Is Real Life. I'm your host Sheri, and today we are out in the garage and I'm sitting on a pallet because we are going to make organization for our yard tools in our garage in this DIY Wednesday video. Okay, so you've all seen my garage. You've seen it a million times. You know, I'm not ashamed. It is what it is. This is real life. It's a shit show. I mean, I'd love to be like, golly, some of my neighbors. I just feel like they don't have anything else to do. Maybe they're super wealthy and they don't have jobs and they can just spend time like organizing their garage and keeping it organized. I wish that were me, but that's not me. Clearly. You know, we work on a lot of DIY projects and shit gets thrown places. When I don't use all of my wood, it goes over there. When I get into a shitty ass cabinet that already looks shitty and unorganized and I just keep throwing shit in it rather than organizing it. These are all things that, you know, I could be better at. But up until now, haven't been. We all do it. Who are we kidding? I'm looking right now, something, type on wood glue is over above the spray paint. Why? It literally goes in that shitty cabinet. Why do I have it there? And you know, the next time I go to do something that needs type-on wood glue, hashtag not sponsored, I'm gonna be in that cabinet going, where the shit is my type-on wood glue? It's there. I mean, I really should. Let's just do it. We gotta at least put it at least in the vicinity of where it goes, which is in this horribly organized cabinet right here. Point of the story is, weather's getting nice. I love summertime in my backyard. However, throughout the entire winter, my backyard turns into a shit show. We're talking like condemned housing shit show. All the rain turns my yard into weed fest galore. So every beginning of nice weather, I find myself out there pulling tons of weeds. So yesterday I was weeding the side yard, thinking, where's my soft rake? Where's my hard rake? Where's my weed puller? Like all of these things that I need when I'm gardening, and I found myself multiple times being like, where is this? Come to the garage, can't find it. Go to some part in my backyard, oh, lo and behold, there it is. And I was thinking, enough is enough, lady. Practice what you preach, for Pete's sakes. So that's what we're gonna do today. It's gonna be so quick and it's gonna be so easy and we're gonna be so organized. 2020, remember? This is how it happens. It's called denial. Making excuses, just leaving things the way they are. Here's part of the reason my garage is so shitty. Large part just to do with me. When I look around this garage, it's me. I understand that. However, in the front part of my garage, so I have a 2-car garage, which they call a 3-car, I don't know why I'm quoting it with 3 quotes. The front of my garage kind of extends that way. So the third part started turning into, we're gonna put this here because we're gonna have a yard sale. Boxes, furniture, bikes, clothes, fish tanks, shit that you're like, oh yeah, we're gonna have a yard sale and all of that is gonna get sold, and then that area is gonna be super cleaned out and it's gonna be great. I'm looking at something for 100% certain. 7 years ago that went to the pile, I know that for a fact. I haven't had a yard sale for 7 years. And so when 2020 began, I full on was motivated to get a yard sale going. And then everybody was told they had to stay indoors. The weather's nice and it's the perfect GD time for a yard sale, but no one's gonna come to a yard sale right now. So now I'm pissed. But that area is only one area of my garage. We still have this. So I I'm tackling the garage exactly like my favorite cleaning lady. You know, we made all of her cleaning products. I forget her name right now. Think of it as a clock, do this, tackle one area at a time. So we're gonna tackle it, and maybe your garage, maybe it's not as bad as mine, but maybe it's kind of bad. We're gonna make zones, which I've kind of done the zones. Like we have the paint zone, the wood zone. That was supposed to be the gardening zone, but I don't know what the hell happened to it. So I have the zones, I just haven't been keeping up on the zones. So today we're tackling the gardening zone, and we are gonna do it with a free pallet. Okay, so yeah, this is supposed to be the gardening area of my garage. I did do like a shelf, and it does have some gardening things around it, but it also has car care and who knows what the hell else. Also, what's that giant mass of tree branches? Oh yeah, that is what I used during Halloween to create a creepy fence around my front yard. Does that belong in the gardening section? No, it doesn't. That corner we're gonna clean out, and we are going to make a very amazing, very free gardening tool organization area. One step at a time, baby, one step at a time. All right, I got a pallet. It's actually a pretty pallet. I have seen this idea before where they take a pallet and pretty much do nothing to it. I think they slapped a coat of paint on it, like put it next to a wall and was like, it's tool storage. Yeah, no, we're going to do something a little different because I need to utilize the corner space. Lazy Sheri was like, oh God, I wish without having to move that shelf right there, that the space between the shelf and the wall was as wide as the pallet, and then I would be one of those people that just slapped the pallet over there, stuck some tools in it, and called it a day. That's not the case. And so lazier Sheri is like, let's just use the space that's blank. How can we do that? So we're gonna make an L unit, corner unit, if you will, for our gardening tools. I've already decided it's not gonna take much. We're gonna have our jigsaw, we're gonna have our drill, we're gonna have some screws, and we're gonna have our hammer to get rid of some of these. We're basically gonna cut this not directly in half. I'm gonna cut on one side of the center support, and I'm gonna cut this all away. Then I'm gonna take this, we'll call it half, put it up in an L, we're gonna re-screw it to this, we're gonna mount it over there. We also are gonna take away the top two so that we just have these 5, and we're gonna use these to add support to the side. Then we'll call it a day. Maybe, depending on how crazy we feel, we may paint it, but we also may not. So the first thing I'm gonna do is, I'm not even gonna get my sawhorses, I'm just gonna do this right on the floor. I'm just going to take my jigsaw and I'm just gonna follow along. Actually, I think I'm gonna remove these 2 first. So let me remove the boards I don't want to cut through, and then we'll cut through these. You know the deal. This is a newer made pallet. It just looks like these are nails, but there's a shit ton of them in here. But don't worry, I have my hammer. So let's do that first. Okay, the pieces that I want off of the pallet have been removed. And taking apart a pallet, no matter how old or new, is no joke. You just gotta keep telling yourself, it's free wood. It's free wood. It kind of makes it all worth it. Once it's done, then you're like, it wasn't that bad, and it was free wood. So now we are going to trim away the part that we're gonna end up flipping up and making into an L. So I'm just gonna cut along with my jigsaw this side here. Boom, 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 boom. Quick and easy, flip it over. There's only 2 on the back side that I need to cut away. So, trusty jigsaw, I'm gonna go that way. And voila. Now we have our 2 pieces. So I'm gonna take this piece, I am going to trim off, it looks like a little corral fence. And we're making a yard tool corral. Oh, that's cute. Golly, Google pallet, fill in the blank, and you'll find it. People make succulent containers out of these. It's really great. I'm gonna trim off from here up on all my little sides. The plan is that I'm going to make an L so that it fits in the corner there. I'm really just gonna screw this into this, and then we have our L. And then I'm gonna reinforce the corner with our extra pieces, and I'm gonna put a piece on the side and the piece on the side. But first, let's cut off these little randos here so that we're just dealing with the height that we want, and then build it. Put it in the corner, call it done. Okay, so I've trimmed my top pieces. This is a good height for me. The next thing is to put it together in our L formation. So when you're doing this, just make sure you build your L the correct way. This one is shorter than this one. I want my longer piece to go against the back wall and my shorter piece to go against the little side jut out of my garage. So if my body is the back wall, I want this one here, and then I want this one like so. Easy, easy. I am just literally going to butt this one up against this one here and screw, 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 screw. And now you're saying, but Sheri, now you have this giant gap. Ah, I know. We saved our little block pieces from our chop off. So I'm going to refill in the block piece here and refill in the block piece here. Nail, 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 quite possibly screw, 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 screw. And then on my outer edges here and here, I'm gonna take scraps that I did and re-put those on so the outer edges have a nice finished edge to them. So first up, I'm gonna screw these together, and then second up, I'm gonna put my little divider pieces in. So these boards just aren't willy-nilly hanging out there, but really, hello, hi, we're almost done, and it's been like an hour, if that. Let's screw these puppies together. Really, the structure of the pallet is already built for you. That's why it's going so fast. You could hand screw this. It would take a lot of time, but you know me, I've got my trusty drill with my screwdriver attachment in. So yeah, that's all I'm gonna do. Screw it all the way down. Okay, I know. I decided I'm pre-drilling before I screwed because this wood is pretty soft and pretty thin. The first two screws split my wood. Yeah. But now I just pre-drilled right here. The screw went in much better. I'm pre-drilling. But don't you worry. Drill with a drill bit, drill with a screw bit. So we're gonna go fast. 5 minutes tops. We basically have our L built. The only thing that we need to do now is put in our little divider spaces things back here for this piece of wood to have something to hang on to, and this piece of wood to have something to hang on to. I'm gonna go ahead and screw in from here and from this side and call that a day. And then we'll just put our little side caps on. Done and done. You know, it's gonna take longer. It's going to take longer to clean out that corner to put this into than it actually took to build this. That's the sad thing. But I'm gonna recruit Davis and bring his ass out here and help me clean that corner out. Let's finish this up. Putting in the blocks, and then the sides. And voila, the L is built. The dividers are in. Everything is super sturdy. The only thing I wanna do that's merely decoration is this is the end that you would see, basically. This end, neither end you're really gonna see because my garage door is gonna block this and the thing's gonna block this, but whatever. I don't want shit to fall out the sides. How about that? So what I'm gonna do is just a little extra finishing touch is I'm gonna take the wood that I took off and I'm just gonna remount it back onto the sides and trim it to fit. One on that end, one on that end, call it a day and put it in the corner. And I was like, while I was screwing too, I was like, oh, you should paint it. Hell to the no. I might paint it later in life, like when I get the rest of this garage organized, because I've got some plans. But right now, I don't need to paint it. It's fine. It looks cute. You could paint it, you could stain it, you could do whatever. But after this, I am gonna take this to one more tiny baby level, and then we'll install it. So let's put the sides on. Okay, voila. Our little end pieces are on, so it gives it a nice finished look, and it's ready to go. I mean, if my garage was clean in that corner, it'd be super ready to go, but it's not. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean that corner, and then we're gonna put, oh, I forgot. I keep forgetting. There is one more piece de resistance that I want to do. These little ones in the back make for the little cubbies for your long tools, like this shovel. We put it in, boom, boom. And now that's held in there. It won't go anywhere, and we put a bunch of our tools in both of these side cubbies, and they're great. This is good for our long-handled tools. However, what about I don't know, the little ones, like the little hand trowels or the weed things or whatever? I don't want to put those in here. These areas are for long-handled tools, okay? So what I want to do is I want to just put in some nails. Easy peasy, nothing exciting. If you really wanted to like go for it and you had some extra cup hooks, you could do cup hooks here. Oh, those black screws. I'll do a couple black screws because those are just short enough to where they'll still be in the wood, but enough sticking out to where we can start hanging our little hand tools on them. Maybe nails. I don't know, I'll toy around with it. Maybe 3 here, 3 here, 2 here, whatever. I'm not gonna go as far as to like draw the shape of the tool that should hang there. Then we're gonna put it in place. So yeah, next time you see it and you see that corner, it's gonna be way different. So I just went in the house and I said, hey, Davis, I need your help now. So I said, you can help in one of 3 ways. Way 1, go get your mom a mocha. Way 2, don't go get me a mocha and we'll just drink boring old ice water, but you come help me clean the corner of the garage. Or way 3, you go get me a mocha and I'll start cleaning the corner of the garage, and then when you come back, I might be done, but I might not, and then you can help me finish. He chose way 3. That's his car. He's going to go get me a mocha while I start cleaning the corner of the garage. I love my son. Okay, you can kind of see it behind me, but we are ready for the big reveal of garden center in your garage. Dun, 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 dun. Amazing. Look at that. And all from a free pallet. Yay, look at it. I love it. And you might be asking yourself, Sheri, what the hell did you do with the ginormous shop vac and the Halloween fence decoration shit that you had all piled right here? Well, to be quite honest, I was right. It took me less time to build this than it did for me to clean 2 corners of my garage. This corner and that corner over there where I ended up moving the shop vac to. We gotta organize that later. Like I said, 1 step at a time. Let's not get overwhelmed. Let's just celebrate our small successes. And this is one of them. I am really, really pleased with this. You can see I just put all the nails so that we have all of our little hand tools right there. I used to keep my hand tools in like a bucket. I would bring the bucket, to the backyard, but then hand tools never got put back in the bucket. The bucket never got put back in the garage. Everything was everywhere. So I love it. And I love that we made it go into an L so I could still utilize my shelving unit, which I did organize and clean. So that's much better. And then clearly over here, you see we have all of our tools organized. It's pretty awesome if you ask me. Clearly, there's more to do in this garage, but this is a good start. It's a great start, actually, and it was free, like completely free, because I didn't even paint it. I actually don't mind it just raw pallet wood, so I'm leaving it. Even if I remodel this garage, I'm probably gonna just leave this normal raw pine looking wood. But you could paint yours if you wanted to. You also don't have to do an L. You could literally just keep your palette straight. It'd be less work. Just chop off the top a little bit, reinforce the sides. Done and done. Yeah, step 1 in garage organization for 2020 is done. And I couldn't be happier. So if you like this video, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel. Be sure to share this video with your family and friends. And as always, thanks for hanging out.